10K to let it come see it. Pins at me, I make it come treat it. Spin, make it come beat it. I want the new in the machine out. Jewelry be caught like the temperature 0. I'm the hardest, they call me the hero. Heavenly, then they know what I be on. I'm the best, I'm the best, and you know. And I got it, and I got it on my own. Get my way up, and I go, and I go. If I touch it, then it's cold, then it's cold. I'm the best, I'm the best, and you know. And I got it, and I got it on my own. Get my way up, and I go, and I go. If I touch it, then it's cold, then it's cold.
Pretty and paid. Pretty and paid, ayy. Y'all heard I'm coming. I don't want to clarify. Keep up. Ayy. I see no biggie. Honestly, I see no biggie. Pay the heavy on pretty. You mad while I'm getting busy. Country girl running your city. Attitude bad on Diddy. He only 2 times from the he out like a light, call him Ricky. And honestly, it ain't no cap in it. Leave no ain't no cap in it. I like with a stack in it. I'm bought it. Stop it, cause it ain't no eck in it. I see no biggie. Honestly, I see no biggie. Pay the heavy on pretty. Leaving my mark like a I see no biggie. Ain't biting my tongue. I can't be no goofy, no victim to none of my enemies. Like honestly, be sending me talk from a sip that we when I get to me. My check don't discriminate. Still take deposits if you talking Vietnamese. I just be having my way. Only keep up with a pay till I say. Urge you wanna be. Don't gotta whip it. Rag on no petty. Look, I talk with that on your hip. If you ain't gon' rip it up, pop it. Empty the like show me a benefit. Let me dumb it down, Benjamin. For you, we not equivalent. Really bad, looking so innocent. Bossy predicament. I see no biggie. Honestly, I see no biggie. Pay the heavy on pretty. You mad while I'm getting busy. Country girl running your city. Attitude bad on Diddy. He only 2 times from the he out like a light, call him Ricky. And honestly, it ain't no cap in it. No ain't no cap in it. I like with a stack in it. I'm bought it. Stop it, cause it ain't no eck in it. I see no biggie. Honestly, I see no biggie. Pay the heavy on pretty. Leaving my mark like it. I see no biggie. Call me Hillary, stay at the bank. Making moves like I'm hot in the shank. I'm low key, but I pop out in blank. This bun on my knife, I'm tryna look. They do not come for me. Fake, I can't keep no company. Only the real respect my honest. So watch how you coming if y'all under me. I'm with it in Rex involved. I they text and call. Run me that making no sense at all. They bounce like a basketball. Your boo never coming back. This go stupid, go dumb. Told that boy you gotta pay for some. I sit on the throne, you they taking none. You bragging on pass.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Today, we've got a Week 13 matchup for you here between the Cleveland Browns and the Houston Texans. The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. This fielded right at the goal line. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. Mills looking to the air right away. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Didn't have the greatest field position to start, did they? And now, after this sack, it's way, way worse.
And right off the bat, first play of the game. A situation they'll certainly want to avoid going forward. An early 2nd and long they're facing. The former ASU Sun Devil, Eno Benjamin with it. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. They lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
Apparently this defense has come to play. A sack and a run stuff behind the line on the first 2 plays.
I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is 3rd and long. From the shotgun, it's Mills. Man open is Keelan Cole, complete. The 40. Past the 20. Touchdown, Houston. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And here's Jakeem Grant from his end zone. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14. Watson and the Browns now with a 1st and 10 at their own 14-yard line. Watson off play action. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete.
That was an interesting look there, because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Throwing again is Watson. Man open, that's Anthony Schwartz. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. The big story in this one, of course, Deshaun Watson back in Houston where he began his career. Drafted 12th overall in 2017, 3-time Pro Bowler as a Texan, and was officially traded to Cleveland back on April 27th. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down. They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down. An ideal start defensively. They already have the touchdown. Now they get the stop.
Just like they drew it up on the chalkboard. Does that sound dated? Right? Am I out of touch a little bit?
It's all right.
All right, grease board, heck, computer, exactly what you want, though. Score on your first drive, stop them on the first drive defensively.
Here's Smith to return it. Oh, nice move. A very good punt, but a 16-yard return. And the Texans will take over. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. Just 2 series in here, Charles, but everything's gone to script so far. They got a touchdown on their first drive. Their defense holds, and now they've got a chance to take a 2-score lead.
And to co-sign with you, exactly the start they scripted up. And really, that kind of start, that can set the tone for the game for them.
They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
This is Benjamin, and that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. That'll wind up as a loss on the play, so now they're staring at a 3rd down and 12.
I think it might be time to move to a different section of the playbook there, because back-to-back runs, both for loss. Now they have 3rd and long coming up.
On 3rd down, here's Mills. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. More than one defender there, and that's a loss of 5 on the sack.
This offensive line has struggled. In fact, when we sat down with the coach, he said it's been in tatters lately. They allowed 6 sacks in their last game. just gave up another one right there.
And Tatterso sounds a little bit like this right now.
Exactly. It's like that paper being ripped. And right now they've got to find a way to get it back together.
And a good result there as that'll get out of bounds and pin them back at their 10-yard line. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
That's into a crowd and intercepted. And they will score a pick six for the Texans TD. And Charles, it's now a 2-touchdown lead in the opening quarter. Following that pick six, they are off to a fast start in this one.
And absolutely ecstatic on the sideline after that play, aren't they? Not just because they've got the lead, but how about seeing one of their guys get a chance to take it in for six? Already up a pair of touchdowns. They've got everything going their way early on.
And this will be a touchback as Grant opts not to return it. The Browns drive about to get started. And they, on paper, Charles, no doubt they have the edge in this one. They are sitting with the AFC elite, and on the other side, they're down toward the bottom of the AFC. But you know what they say, especially at this point in the season, watch out for a trap game.
And in doing so, I would take my game plan and condense it. I would rely on my fundamentals, the fact that my players are probably just better, and not try and do too much, do just enough to win the game. And on the other side of the field, I'm doing everything. Every trick play I can think of, every different formation, you name it, I'm throwing it at them in order to try and get the upset win.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Here's Watson. Got an open man. That's David Njoku, the tight end. Touchdown, Browns. And boy, CD, it's one thing to watch a great run, but when it's a great run with broken contact, it's like a cherry on top. That was a nice play. Extra point by York is up and good. And that'll make our score 14-7. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. Taken at the goal line. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14.
For most people, the excitement of the kickoff return is to see a long one that goes back in the opposite direction. But for the guys covering it, it's being able to stop them deep in their own territory. How about that incredible form tackle right there? Shoulder into ball carrier, and down he goes.
So it goes as a completed pass, but they lose a full 5 yards. To throw again on 2nd down. Mills. He's got his man. It's the tight end, Brevin Jordan. A good pickup there. 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down. That's his first catch of the game and an impressive one against multiple defenders.
And how about that start? Really aggressive. Yeah, there was double coverage out there, but that didn't stop them at all. They went right at it and defeated it on that play.
Pierce will try to pick it up. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Here comes Grant on the return. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10.
At their own 37-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started.
And the football changing hands here as this offense takes the field. Charles, they'd be fine with more of the same on this upcoming drive. Last time out, they found the end zone for 6.
And now off to the races down the right side. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Nick Chubb. That's his 18th rushing touchdown of the year. And the Browns are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. Extra point by York is up and good. And we are tied at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. On the return, here comes Smith out of the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now. But let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here.
Textbook coverage right there. Played the ball, never lost sight of where it was headed, and stayed in perfect position to make a play on it. Able to keep the receiver and the quarterback in his sight lines.
And this throw will be intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And the Browns are going to take possession of the football. Charles, that makes now 5 interceptions and not even 5 quarters. Remember, he threw 4 picks last week.
And this turns into a tough situation because a lot of fans, the first thing is, oh, well, we need to change quarterbacks. This is your guy. This is your elite player. You can't just take him out like that. If I'm the coach, I make a little joke and say, you know something, big guy? We're going to change the football. So it's obvious that's the problem. It's not you. Keep firing.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. After the interception, here's Watson. And he will find his man Schwartz. That's complete. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. Now we'll play fake, and it's Watson. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. 2 first-quarter touchdown passes now for Deshaun Watson. And the Browns have taken the lead. York now for the extra point. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-14.
Makes the score Browns 21, Texans 14.
The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going.
And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the...
This is intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward.
And the Browns are going to get it back here just shy of the 20.
CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training. So he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports.
Texans 14.
A 2nd and 11 from the 19.
Back to throw, Watson. Going for the deep ball. He's got a man, complete. The 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Deshaun Watson with his 3rd touchdown pass of this first half.
And the Browns are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Well, if the plan is to come in here and go toe-to-toe with these guys, it certainly does not hurt if you hit them with a big shot along the way, too.
That's got to give them some confidence. And the other thing right now, it quiets this crowd, at least for the time being.
Yeah, that is what is called the intended consequence of their actions.
Extra point by York is up and good. And the lead now up to 14. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
A second down throw for Mills. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. So now after the sack, Mills and the Texans needing to navigate a 3rd and long. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. The Texans on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 19. Here's Mills. Throw over the middle, caught by Jordan. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. 3rd and 19, no problem, as they're able to convert. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. A first down throw for Mills. He will find Cole here, complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Last play they went over 20 yards. This time they topped 30.
How about the first half he's putting together? Well over 100 yards already with that last catch. And to me, they'd be well served to keep looking his way. A number of big plays already in this one.
Mills on first down. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts. That's their second, so they'll have 1 remaining here in this second quarter. We'll be right back. Mills. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Greg Newsome. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Browns defense has a touchdown. Well, turnabout is fair play, I guess. They had a pick 6 against them earlier, and now this defense, Charles, they get a pick 6 of their own.
And for a moment, let's just set aside how it impacts the scoreboard, because how about the response? One defense gets the pick 6, the other comes back and matches it. These are 2 defenses that are planning on winning the game for their teams themselves.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Texans take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. Had one tell me once, when we're having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass, and it probably kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass, and that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10.
Back-to-back plays of right around 30 yards, and the field position has totally been flipped. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Mills now. Swings this one out wide for Pierce. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. Only able to gain a couple there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
It'll be a loss of 6 yards on the play, and that'll force upon him a 3rd and 14.
Heck of a play there to get to him quickly and get him down for a loss.
I think they did a really nice job getting ready for this game, scouting, watching film, and understanding defensively what the play design was.
Going to need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing.
And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22.
Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him. But, Charles, this has been something to watch so far. This is where you really feel for a quarterback. He's been running for his life in this first half.
Brandon, that's 5 sacks already, so you know he's got to be saying, can we get some more guys in here to block, please? Because if we don't, we're going to need another quarterback.
So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps him inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds, so really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line.
Watson and the Browns now with a 1st and 10 at their own 43. He'll start things off with a handoff to Chubb.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson. And there is Amari Cooper, his first catch.
And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
Cooper's first catch, and good for a 1st down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. From the gun, it's a give to Chubb.
On a nice burst there as he'll take this inside the 30 to the 28-yard line. 69 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here in this first half.
We should mention, to go along with a great game he had last week, he was rightfully named AFC Offensive Player of the Week.
And he shares that with his offensive line, the tight end, his fullback. He's looking for more and more of that in this game.
Tackle made by Rasheem Green.
And, Charles, you think about what this defense has had to prepare for. They're in for a battle. I mean, they're facing a team that is working on a 6-game winning streak.
And that can be intimidating when you think about it in those terms, but I think what they need to do is make some sort of a statement.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Amari Cooper with touchdown number 8 on the year.
And the Browns are able to add on to their first half lead. Extra point by York is up and good.
And the route is on here in this first half.
Texans 17.
The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away.
The Texans take over first down 10 at their own 45-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
And Charles, you're down multiple scores, less than a minute left here, but with that deficit, they've got to try to at least work their way into field goal range to try to muster something out of this drive.
And I'm going to go ahead and date myself one more time because I'm going to quote an old Smokey and the Bandit lyric. They've got a long way to go and a short time to get there, but they still have time to get it done. So I'm looking forward to watching them mount this drive and see if they can get some points out of it.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. The Texans going to signal for their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half.
On 1st and 10, Mills. Over the middle, that's caught by Mechie.
And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. Looking to throw again on second down. Mills. He's going to float this one deep right side. Touchdown!
Nico Collins.
As the first half is winding down.
And the Texans are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half.
Fairbairn now to add the extra point. And that'll cut the lead down now to 18.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Taken in at the 3. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
The Browns take over first and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
14 seconds, all that's left of this first half as they come up on first down. Now it's Watson. And that is taken in by Njoku. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. Watson now to throw.
Right back to Njoku.
And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the left hash, it's an even 50-yard attempt.
York able to send this one through.
And that will do it for this first half. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3 alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. The Browns are going to get the second half kickoff, and they've got this lead as well as we are back and underway.
On the return from his end zone is Grant. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20.
The Browns take over first and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. The third quarter starts with a run by Chubb.
78 yards rushing for him in this one as he starts to draw nearer to a 1,500-yard campaign.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard.
Hey, you gotta snap it. You gotta snap it.
They run it again with Chubb. And he's got room. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Nick Chubb with touchdown number 20 on the year as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. York on now for the extra point. And that'll increase their lead to 28.
Makes the score Browns 52, Texans 24.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Out of the end zone comes Smith. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going.
The CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And, partner, you know as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Grant Delpit. And the Browns are going to take possession of the football. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his second season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
Yeah, boy, and it's tough to bring him down that time. He surges forward. He's going to get a full 6 out of that. Second down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Second down, here's Chubb again. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. A solid pickup of 13 sets him up 1st and goal. Chubb fighting, but he won't get too far. Maybe a yard, that's all, down to the 2. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal.
Good work there, holding them out on 1st down, and this is going to be a battle down here on the goal line. Can they hold their ground for 2, maybe even 3 more plays?
Quick throw completed by Watson. And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. It's another touchdown pass for Deshaun Watson, his 5th of the afternoon. And the Browns have taken a 5-touchdown lead. Extra point by York is up and good. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And Smith not going to bring it out, so it's a touchback. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
Well, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. Or win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles. But I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he takes a shot on the release.
Yeah. You're in the presence of the realest essence of Benz.
Bigger, better, petty, don't matter. Far as the tatter, I pray to God they rattle tatter. Hey, what's a rapper? I started off that, now I'm better. I get capital. I help my people to get better. I do business. Look here, stay out my business. I'm so iceberg slimish, stainless, not a blemish. I should have been to prison. No boy remorse, no cases pinned. I got the rolling flooded, soaking wet, but ain't been swimming. I'm the man now, ain't I work a plan now, can't I? I remember when you lame player, hated a player, now the same lame player.